fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jay, Smike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Well, g'day, everyone. We're currently doing the podcast live from Brew Craft Beer Pub in Eat Street in Rotorua.
One of the all-time names for a bar as well, can I say?
Yes.
Brew Craft Beer Pub.
I'm
going to 4 words that have got nothing to do with each other. Almost,
I saw that and thought that could be a problem during the show because I'll refer to it often and probably stuff it up 4 out of 10 times.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Just to let you know, I'm feeling a bit nauseous at the moment. I've had 1 Red Bull, 1 coffee, 1 chocolate milkshake and 5 glasses of water. So I'm feeling a bit sloshy, fellas. I feel like I've got a lot of liquid and that there's going to be some heavy wheeze action throughout the show. And as I say, I feel also slightly nauseous.
Yeah, just to give you a some kind of a commentary on some of the things I've witnessed. I've just seen somebody, a waiter, at a bar over the way here. He's walked out to serve a drink. Because to tell you where we are, we're at Eat Street. And it's not Eat Street, it's Eat Treat.
Clever
is the spelling.
Yeah.
And it's just restaurant upon restaurant upon restaurant all lined up in at a little street, sort of an arcadey sort of an affair. Semi-outdoors, quite a good setup, but it's kind of like...
Nice in summer.
It's like Mission Bay with less room. Those kind of restaurants jammed together.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of where the equivalent is in Wellington, but certainly that kind of thing.
You'd find it like outside, like Sylvia Park has an area like this.
Right.
Where there's just bar, all the same rough layout, but with different colours and different brands.
It's like a Gold Coast. But the other thing that they've got, which they also have in Australia, is they have... what would you call them? They're not slingers, but they're people. They're called people that stand outside the restaurant and try to get you to go in.
Yeah.
They all stand at the door because it's hotly contested for your dollar around here. But I just saw somebody walk out, a waiter, with a glass of wine and a beer for a table. He was holding the glass of wine by the bottom plate, like not by the stem,
sure,
but the round bit on the bottom,
yes.
Just holding it with his thumb and forefinger. I haven't seen that before.
Right, okay.
So that's the thing. I think the beauty of Rotorua, it's sort of got... Does it feel like a Tuesday to you? Or a Monday in like 1987?
It feels to me, like no day.
Yeah. That's right. Purgatory.
I'm really struggling to have any concept of what day of the week it is.
Yeah. I think it's Sunday. It doesn't feel like...
or even the
like
time.
I feel like and just to paint a picture, like we do these live shows, right? And you see on Instagram and the pub's humming, people are yelling backbone, beers are flowing. We're, half an hour away from doing the live show, and for the first time ever, I'm like, hey, fellas, should we just leave the PA system off? I don't want to interrupt the people reading their novels and having catch-up lunch with their mum.
Yeah.
Because we asked them to open the pub an hour early so that people would flood in for the Big Show live, and what's happened is a whole lot of people have walked past going, oh, that looks quite nice in there. I'll bring my elderly grandmother through and we'll have a nice lunch right in front of the Big Show setup. And soon the speakers are going to be on and we're going to be like, night day, and they're going to be like, what the hell is going on?
Yes, and I'm sad to say that Keezy isn't exaggerating in any form here.
No.
I'll tell you, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. And
average age?
6 of them, quite seriously, gold card.
Oh, absolutely.
How loud are we talking, by the way? It feels like we're talking too loud.
All good.
No, you can't.
I'm just wondering if they can, the people that we're bagging.
No, well, fortunately, Mike, they're
too old.
They're advanced, so...
Yeah.
So I
the funniest one...
It's going to be an interesting show, that's for sure.
The funniest one was like, just as me and Jace like, right, well, we should probably get into show mode, and even though no one's arrived yet, we should, prepare for it. And then a lady slowly rolled in on a 3-wheeled mobility scooter. And then did a 3.2.
Nothing fires you up. Nothing fires you up.
Once again, sitting in a great spot to see the show.
I very much think that's probably going to be a 4:30/5 o'clock before anybody really comes in.
Yeah,
Yes,
people are going to do their full day of work there, the full day of mahi, and then they might roll in after that. They may well not, but I don't mind having a dud show.
Oh,
a dart OB if nobody turns up. It's been a while.
I've had plenty in my time, not radio, but comedy shows where it's just been, where old Johnny Bruff and I would be sitting on the stage and it'll be 5 minutes before the start of the show and there'd be 3 people there.
I actually had
oh, God.
I had a good story regaled to me by Jermaine Clement, who was saying when they were unknown, him and Brett doing Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
They were over in the States. Maybe they were doing that Vancouver Comedy Festival or Montreal Comedy Festival.
Oh, that's Canada, Mogi.
Yeah, that's right. Just for Laughs, it's called. Something like that. But they had to go out and hawk their own tickets on the street. You had to give them away.
Yes.
To try and paper the room, try and fill the room up. And being a couple of nice young fellas from New Zealand, they found that particularly difficult, but they managed to talk one woman into it. They talked this one woman into it who was going into a supermarket, and she said, "Oh, yeah, I'll see how I go." Anyway, she did. She showed up, and she was the only person in the bar. So it was Jermaine and Brett were doing the show, and Taika was doing the lighting for them. That's how long ago it was. So she turned up, and Brett apparently was like, "Oh man, I'm not doing the show. There's more of us than there is of the audience."
Yeah, that's a general rule.
But Jermaine was like, "Nah, man, it'll be awesome. Like, she'll tell all her friends. She's probably got some friends. She'll tell them, and then they might come back tomorrow night." So anyway, they started the show. Went out there. Brett didn't want to. Jermaine, they gave it an hour-long show. And when Taika turned the lights on at the end, she wasn't there, this woman.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki. The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
So she left at some point, and none of them had any idea that she was gone, but she may well have left in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, it may be one of those scenarios where she showed up and there was no one there and she left pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Johnny and
the show
I,
had certainly started.
Sugar and Spice, we had many shows of 2, 3, sometimes 4 people. I could name 20 of them. And often, in a weird way, they would end up being your best shows.
Well, of course. There's no pressure when there's no one there.
Yeah. Well, but also in a strange one, we did one in Melbourne at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and it was 4 women about our age.
Right.
That was the entire audience. And there was something just really unsettling and almost kind of sexual about it.
Oh.
We were a very physical duo, and these women were, to their credit, absolutely pissing themselves with laughter. But I don't know that it was about the comedy that they were laughing.
No.
Hey, man, if they're laughing at you or with you, who cares?
We took it.
More about your life choices than anything else.
Just thinking, what is these 2 bizarre dudes? What are they doing?
Jace, answer me this, though. Have you ever done a Sugar and Spice show with you and Johnny Bruff, and the audience is just full of people outside of your demographic who don't even realise that a comedy show is about to start?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How
yes,
did it
we
go?
have. Very badly.
Yeah, cool. Okay, sweet.
But, it'll be fine.
Look at this
fellas.
guy.
Oh,
The state of this guy. Oh, look at his wife taking a photo on an iPad there. They're coming in. They're sitting right in front of Hoyte J. You know that. Get a couple of backbone shirts on them pugs, would you?
Yeah, well, it's going to be, and we need to document this as much as we possibly can because it's...
It could be a ripper, though.
Oh, look, the thing about it is the people that are here now will not be here when we start the show. Well, they won't be. They won't be.
first
They'll
break.
have eaten and they'll be gone.
yeah.
So there'll be no one here.
Yeah, because this is dinner time, right? This is technically dinner time. It's like 3:30.
Yeah.
As soon as
Oh, it
Jay
is,
says
in
the
bed
word,
at 5.
as soon as you say the word mad bastards,
Yes.
There'll be
gone.
complaints to the manager.
I think for a lot of the punters at the moment, they've gone for an early supper.
which is
You
not
know what
something I thought
Because
would
they don't
ever
want
be.
to have a big. They don't want to have a big meal at night.
yeah.
Just an early supper, so that
Have you ever, Jay, spinning a, and I'm sure there have been heaps of them, there's a couple of backbones coming down the street now, hopefully these fellas are coming on in, a situation where you're doing a radio OB and you're praying that some people off the street will just come in, even if they don't even, and they're not even part of the radio station, just to fill it out, just to make it look like,
nah.
oh, thank goodness.
Couple of backbones.
Couple of young
yeah.
fellas.
fellas.
Good
Yeah,
on you,
fellas.
fellas.
Yeah,
Good to
young
see
boys.
you. G'day, boys.
I'm pretty chill about the whole thing,
You
to be
chill,
honest.
are you?
I'm whatever it is, it is.
Right, okay.
You
That's
know?
true. That's
so,
true.
So let's just run with it, boys. Give it the best goddamn show we've ever given. You hear me, Keezy? How much you bailing because there's not enough yummy boys here or something to make Keezy feel better?
Well, hang on. I don't need yummy boys to make me feel better. Let's not start that as a thing.
That's on your rider, isn't it?
Yeah, I need at least
Yummy
4 yummy
boys.
boys around me at all times.
You're in luck.
But, yeah, she's going to be interesting.
I think it'll be a good show, fellas.
I'm just more worried that I'm going to have a chunder at some point.
Well, and also I need to just flag with everyone, my strategy is just to have a few beers to the point where I think everything's funny.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So this could
It's not
be
a bad strategy, actually, Keezy.
But this could be the one that you say, hey, we need to clip that off and we need to sit down with Keezy, with him and Gemma from HR.
Yeah.
And this guy here is like the Rotorua version of Hoyte J.
He looks like Jack Nicholson.
That's Hoyte J from Rotorua.
No, he looks like Jack.
He does look like Jack Nicholson,
He
actually.
does.
He's having a great time, whatever's going
He's
on
loving
for
it.
him.
He's listening to some
got the
pure
big show.
filth. He's got his headphones on, filth pumping in his ears.
He's got his shades on as well, and it's sort of
Couple of-
overcast and grey here. So.
A couple of backbone ladies here, just fresh from a hike. Yep, they're coming in. Are you serious? No, keep going. They're both, just to paint a picture, two
Let him
ladies
come in. Take up a
in
few
their
seats.
60s, got backpacks on, fresh from a hike.
Backbone backpacks.
Looking at the menu there, and we need a few more rogue stallions to come on down. It's going to be so good.
Oh, yes.
A couple of women in their 20s just walked past.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we never really
On to the
vibe with
next
them.
one.
Were you signalling for them to come in, put them off, Keezy? So, you know.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Is that what I was doing?
Come on, man. How's that heater for you then, Mogi?
Absolutely horrible.
Is it
It
burning
is
your back?
absolutely blasting me in the face. I'm not enjoying it at all.
Damn it, we're going to turn it off, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, because I'm freezing.
You should get they have a little blankie in there for you, I'd imagine. A place like this.
No,
Little blankie for your lapsies.
Yeah, for a little, put it on your lap there, Keezy.
blankie or hanky, because for you they're about the same size.
Who, me?
Yeah. It's going to be a great show. Should we wrap things up there, fellas?
Yeah,
Sorry,
let's wrap things
Not
up
just
here.
the podcast. I mean, the whole
Go
show.
home,
It's
mate.
Thank God.
The
This
funny
comes
thing
out.
about this is I'm actually looking forward to the 3-hour drive home tonight.
Yeah,
I'm just glad this comes out after the show.
sure.
To be fair, I think, it's going to be a good show. Anyway, let's wrap it up. Okay.
Thanks, mate.